What up, everyone? I'm Ken Stepale. Today we're going to do an explained review on how to get sponsored with kind of dwelling or talking about love. So as always, if you're on one of our social medias and you're not on our YouTube channel and you want to win some free stuff, head over to our YouTube channel because we're giving away a bunch of free stuff. And on our YouTube channel, we're going to give away a free stranger parts package and a free bicycle at X amount of subscribers. So you're going to have to subscribe to our channel, like this video, turn on the notification bells, and then leave us a comment. But hang tight because at the end of this video, we're going to show you or tell you all the rules and everything like that. But so this video, I want to talk about getting sponsored. We get a lot of people hitting us up trying to get sponsored. I've had a lot of people come in and out of the shop trying to get sponsored and stuff like that. And quite frankly, I had to cut a lot of people, and some of the guys I've kept on. But maybe this will help some people get sponsored. I don't know if you know anything about me, but I've definitely been sponsored by some of the best brands here in the US, and I completely backed them and support them 100%. A lot of people didn't understand why I was sponsored and why they weren't sponsored. They rode better than me, they're a cooler person, whatever it may be, however they felt. But a lot of things that I did helped me become a sponsored rider and gave me a lot of jobs in the industry and really helped me out. So I want to explain some of these things to you to maybe help you guide yourself to end up being what you really want to be and kind of understanding being sponsored and what it really takes to be sponsored. So I'm going to kind of focus on love, but mainly I want to talk about some other things that you might be experiencing and stuff like that, and that maybe guide you towards making the proper decision and the right direction for yourself, and just making the best decisions in your life to make it happen. So we're going to talk about, is this your hobby? Are you trying to be cool? Are you just here for the free stuff? Are you here to make money? Are you here for friends? Are you here for travel? Are you here just because you want some kind of status? Do you want to create stuff? Do you want to be just sponsored in general because that sounds cool? Do you want to be somebody's role model? Do you want to have a career in it? Or do you just love it? So let's start from the top of the list. I see a lot of people that love to do stuff for a hobby, and I think that's awesome. I think there's a lot of people in BMX based off a hobby and stuff like that. Me growing up, I've never been the best person. I've always kind of been that mediocre person, the medium height type person. I was never taller than anybody. I was never shorter than everybody. I was just kind of the same size as everybody. I was, the average baseball player, the average basketball player, the average, football player, average artist. Whatever I did, I was kind of average. And, nothing really kind of happened until I, started riding BMX, and that's kind of where I went towards. So if you're kind of looking at BMX as a hobby and stuff like that, and you're not really serious about it, it's just kind of something to do for fun after work or after school and something like that, I would say definitely just enjoy it as being a hobby. Don't think it as like, hey, you know what, I do this hobby, I'm supposed to be sponsored, I'm supposed to get free stuff because that's what it is. Because a lot of the people in the industry, a lot of the guys that work at the bike shop, I don't know how to explain this to you, but straight up, they see that right through you. Like, there's nothing you can say or do or anything like that can change their mind. Like, they really just see right through you, and they just know that it's going to be a hobby. They know it's kind of like, hey, you know what, I do this for fun. You're not trying to be sponsored, you're not trying to be a pro. You may say that, but you're not actually making the actions to make that happen. So if you're just doing it for a hobby, keep doing it for a hobby, keep loving BMX, and just have fun doing it. Do that. Same thing goes for trying to be cool, stuff like that. I see a lot of people come in the bike industry, come to my jumps, come to the skate park, talk to me, stuff like that. They're just trying to be cool, and they're really not like trying to get to the next step. Even when I came back to Riverside, I wasn't in the industry for a long time, and or I've been in the industry for a long time, and I've been away from Riverside, from my hometown, and I just went to the skate park, kicked it with my friends, drink beers, just joked around, never rode my bike. A lot of kids see me on a super sick bike, wondering why I have this super sick colony build and the super sick profile Z coaster on my bike, or elite hubs or whatever, and my bike's super clean and blah blah blah. None of these kids looked up to me, never knew who I was, and yeah, they just thought I was like this rich guy, had a super sick bike that never rode and didn't do shit on a BMX bike, and they're better than me. Until one day, Kevin Crowley and Garrett Reynolds came and hung out at my house, and we decided to go to the skate park, and we showed up to the skate park in the middle of the day. There's a bunch of kids there that recognized Garrett and Kevin and stuff like that, and they started taking pictures with them. And next thing you know, they were posting on social media, on Instagram and stuff like that, which spread like wildfire. A lot of kids were like, yo, what the fuck's Garrett Reynolds doing at the park? And all these kids are like, yo, Larry brought him to the park and blah blah blah. And everybody's kind of like, what the fuck, like, how did Larry bring Garrett Reynolds and Kevin Crowley? Like, what's going on here? And then they started asking some of my friends and other people and stuff like that. And my friends told them basically like, hey, I do videos and stuff like that. I work for ODI Grips. I'm the team manager. I was working for Fit and S&M and a lot of other BMX brands, and I help people get sponsored and help them with their career and their love. And after that, I got a bunch of people hitting me up and like, hey Larry, what's up? Hey, can I be your friend? Hey, when are you gonna bring Grant Rams around? All this little stuff. And it's kind of funny because all of a sudden I'm the cool guy because I brought Garrett Reynolds and Kevin Crowley. So if you're just trying to be cool and stuff like that, same deal. We see right through that. You're just trying to be sponsored to be cool. Try not to go in that direction. We can see through it. You're never gonna get sponsored. You may get some free stuff from some people that get fooled, but majority of the people aren't going to get fooled. So yeah, definitely don't just try to be cool. Do it, and be cool because you do it. So yeah, hope that helped you out on that. Some people just want to get sponsored for free stuff. I get a lot of people hitting me up on Instagram and going, hey, you know what, sponsor me, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, why do I need to sponsor you? Like, I put in, 7 years of work just to get to this point for this shop. I sacrificed a lot of stuff, a lot of money, a lot of my time, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of trips, a lot of clothes, like toys. I sold all my toys and everything that I had. Sold my truck, rode my bike to work every single day to start this shop. Like, why do I need to give somebody something and give them free stuff just because they hit me up on a quick DM and say, hey, sponsor me? I'm never going to sponsor them. Just quite frankly, because I don't see that they put in work. I look at their Instagram, they have multiple accounts, say, hey, this is my main account, this is my regular account, and they have no substance on their actual Instagram. They have some random weird pictures. They have like a couple hundred followers, and some of them are bot. And some of them, they're just like all riding bikes, or kind of don't even put anything out there. They don't like do any jams or anything like that for the community or BMX. They're just doing their own thing and kind of like, hey, gimme, me. So those are the type of people that just want free stuff just because they're good about riding bikes. Stay away from me. Stay away from their sponsors. They're not going to sponsor you. So if you're just looking for that, definitely don't go towards that direction. Kind of try to find what you really want out of it. If you're here just for money, thinking like, hey, I could capitalize and make money. I've seen a lot of bike shops or like bike dudes that come in and out of the industry, or even sponsored riders. All they want to say is pay me, blah blah blah. They don't put in work. They haven't put a lot of time into it. A lot of us see right through that, and we're never gonna sponsor you. Some people might make mistakes and sponsor for a little bit of time, but those guys are gonna get worn out. They're gonna get tired. They're gonna get pushed to the side, and nobody's gonna help them out because they're gonna see right through them. So if you're just here to get money and you're trying to be sponsored just for money, go find another sport that you want to fuck with, because we ain't gonna fuck with you. The next thing is some people want to be sponsored so they have friends and stuff like that, and that's kind of actually cool. If you want to be sponsored so that you can travel or like go different places and meet new people and you can kind of relate to people and have more friends and stuff like that. Like I think that's awesome. Like if you're in BMX because those people relate to you, do that shit. Me growing up, I tried to do sports and stuff like that. I was playing football and basketball, and a lot of my coaches and teachers and stuff like that, they were just assholes. Like literally, fuck you guys. You guys pushed me away from sports. You guys made me seem like, yo, I couldn't be a team player. You know what I mean? And it was because I was a little bit better than other people, or they underestimated me, and I just schooled them on a lot of stuff. So they took their power and they kind of, you know what I mean, rubbed me wrong, and you know what I mean, made me not want to be a basketball player, made me not want to play baseball with them, made me not want to play football anymore. So if you're a teacher out there, you're a coach, whatever, and you're like grinding these dudes that are like really trying to do shit, hey, fuck you too. Like those guys, you guys suck. So, you know what I mean? BMX is cool because we're trying to find friends that can relate to us, and that's what drew me to BMX. Is that it was more of a personal, you know, what I mean, freedom to do whatever I wanted and kind of just have fun doing it. So, you know, what I mean, if you're looking for friends and somebody that can relate to you, BMX is definitely an awesome sport because it can kind of be a team sport as well. It's a your individual sport, so you could do your own thing and then work with a team and a group of people and have fun doing it and make a lot of friends. I've made a lot of friends and had a lot of memories, and I really enjoy it. And I want to thank them all for you know, I mean, giving me a place to stay or whatever. So yeah, if you're in it for friends, fuck, awesome. Another thing is some people just want to be sponsored so they have travel and stuff like that, and they can travel the world, stuff like that. I definitely back this to an extent. If you want to travel and meet different people and see different places, BMX is an awesome way to do that, and being sponsored can definitely help you out that way. But you got to realize that it's a two-way street, and if you're trying to get sponsored and you just want them to pay for you to travel around the world, it's going to be real hard for you to convince somebody to do that if you're not actually taking your paychecks and you're not spending it on trips and stuff like that on your own. If you don't fund your own stuff, then why the hell would a company or a brand want to fund your travel? If you can't make that happen on your own, what gives you the audacity to think that you deserve that from a brand? So if you're trying to do that, like, don't do that. Like, focus on getting what you want. Travel, you know, sacrifice work, because you're gonna sacrifice your whole paycheck to go on a trip to Arizona or New Mexico or New York or whatever it is, and then you're gonna lose X amount of days of pay for doing that. So it's almost double. So, you know what I mean, do whatever you got to do to travel, and if getting sponsored helps you travel, then do it to an extent. But be careful of like just trying to think that somebody's gonna help you travel, because we don't put up with that. Like, we don't believe in none of that. We're not gonna help you out do that. So, you know what I mean, that might help you out with travel. Another thing is people just want status. We kind of dabbled on that, and I think that's being cool and stuff like that. And I've seen some people that have been in the industry and said, hey, I'll do this if I get sponsored or if I turn pro or whatever. And quite frankly, I knew you guys would be out of BMX, so good riddance, peace out. Like, it was fun while you were here, but knew you were gonna be gone. So you know, if you're just looking for status and just trying to say, hey, I'm sponsored, I'm good, I'm at this level, like, you know, GTFO, like, you're not welcome. So, you know, I mean, don't do it for status. Just do what you want to do, and everything else will come. And that kind of, you know, I mean, goes on to, you know, I mean, people just want to be sponsored, and that's kind of a status as well. Like, you just want to say you're sponsored, and we see all through that. So nobody's gonna really help you out. They may do that to get what they want and stuff like that, but we all know it's just a short-term thing. So, you know, I mean, status. If you're trying to do that for status, I hope this helped you go towards a direction to help you out with something else. As far as some people just do it for free stuff. You know, I mean, if you're just trying to do it for free stuff, like I said, we see through that stuff. You know, I mean, get in where you fit in, get it where you can, stuff like that. Yeah, we may give you some free stickers and stuff like that, and just help you out as a person. But if you're trying to get sponsored just to get free stuff, I definitely would suggest stay away from that, because in the future, it's not about just getting free stuff. It's actually about building something with the brand and keeping it all together. So that's something that I would stay away from, is just trying to get free stuff. Another thing is some people are trying to do it to be a role model and stuff like that. That's kind of where I'm at. I never had a dad around. He lives, I mean, down the street from here. He picked, you know, I mean, his wife right now, and I don't know what they do behind closed doors, but he's never really been around me. I've literally haven't, you know, I mean, had too much time with my dad. Really all he's taught me was to be able to fish. run a hook and stuff like that, which I appreciate because I've taught my kids that and I learned it from him. But as far as being a role model, he was never there for me. A lot of my friends' dads were actually my role model. I mean, my ex-boss that I worked at the bike shop for, he was actually, more of a father figure. Marvin Lauderly that rode for S&M Bikes, he was more of my dad because he helped me out. A lot of my friends that are around me, they actually helped me out. I'm a jack of all trades. I built a lot of stuff because I learned it from my friends' dads, or I've seen other people, or I went to work and did a lot of stuff like that. That's why I ride BMX. And if you're trying to be sponsored so that you can be a role model, I think that's really cool to give something back that you've experienced and kind of show the younger youth a different way of doing stuff. When I was growing up, I didn't really have a role model. The only role model that I had was, those that I spoke of, and then like BMX dudes that I've seen in videos, and it's not as fast as it is nowadays. So being a role model, I think, is really cool. And if that's why you want to get sponsored, definitely do it. Let's help the youth. Let's help them, guide them into a really cool way to make stuff happen. Some people want to be sponsored for a career, to have a career. That one's kind of the bad thing. If you just want it for a career and to have money and that's it, I would say definitely, how do you say this? Definitely don't get into BMX because it'll kind of burn you out. It's a lot of work, and if you really don't enjoy it, you're not going to be here for long. You may have a job for a little while, and you may try to figure something out. And that's cool and all if you're just trying to figure things out and stuff like that. We're open to help you out, try to figure things out. But be straight up with a lot of people in the industry because they've seen a lot of people like you, and they definitely come and go. So if you're just trying to get here for a career, and maybe you do enjoy BMX a lot and you just want to get sponsored so that you can have a career and just, get paid or whatever. You really got to figure out what you're trying to do. And, if you can make a career out of it, do it. Maybe use some of these other ones that I said that are positive and take that and make it happen. So let's kind of get to the real nitty gritty of why and how to get sponsored. So my number one thing, and I know a lot of other brands have this kind of thing in their head and they don't really tell you, and there's nobody really explaining this, but if you're trying to get sponsored, like, do what you really love. Like don't do something that you just think is cool. Don't do all the other things that I was telling you just because it's cool. Like, don't waste anybody's time. Like, don't waste my time. Don't waste brand's time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your mom's time. Anybody's time. You're fooling yourself. Do what you actually love. Like, if you love BMX for a hobby, do that. But if you really love football, you really love JDM cars, you love making art, do that shit. Don't do something just because you're doing it. Because, like I said, we can see through that. A lot of people can see through it. And we're trying to help people do what they love. And we love helping people out that are trying to do the same thing as we love. And if we could work together, that's what makes BMX awesome. I think a lot of reasons why I got sponsored is because I had love for BMX, and a lot of people can see that. And they wanted to support me because I did a lot of stuff to support the BMX scene, and my love kept going and going and going. So kind of what I did was I got kicked out of school in sophomore year, like after the first quarter or semester. I got kicked out of school for graffitiing, and it was like my third strike for getting caught, and they kicked me out of school, expelled me, and I went to continuation school, and I had a lot of time on my hands. And what I did was I grabbed my brother's bike and I pretty much stole it from him, and I rode across the street, built a few little jumps, and just kept building and building and building jumps. Next thing you know, I loved it so much. I was in the rain during El Nino, just getting slammed with water and just building and building jumps. And I created a place for people to ride, and I continue to do that. And companies seen that. Like I said, Marvin Lauderly came to my trails. I dug with him. 2-3 days a week. Stephen Murray at his peak when he won Gravity Games, and when he won was that Gravity Games, and then I want to say X Games, when he won that, when he rode for Nerve and stuff like that, and that's where his career just like took off. He was with me in the rain and digging in this dirt and building these jumps like 2 and 3 days out of the week. He just came from England over here, and he was living with Marvin Lottery, and he came, and we would enjoy ourselves for BMX, and we were just like making jumps and stuff like that. Marvin seen how much love I had. He put in a word to Chris Moeller at S&M Bikes, and next thing you know, I was actually riding for S&M Bikes because I seen how much love I had for it. And then I continued to do it, and I did other stuff, other trails. I helped, get bicycles into skate parks. I worked at a shop. Like I helped a bunch of kids, get into sports and stay out of trouble and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of brands took care of me and sponsored me, because I love BMX. Like, it's never gonna stop. I'm gonna continue to do it. Doesn't matter how big I am, how old I get, still gonna do it. So if you want to get sponsored and you love BMX, keep doing it. Companies are gonna see it. And if you're not, and you love something else, go do that. Like, go make that happen. And I guarantee you can get sponsored somewhere else, or you could have a job somewhere else, or anything like that. So I think that's pretty much it. You love BMX, you're probably gonna get sponsored, and just put your heart and soul into it, and we'll see that, and we'll appreciate it, and we wanna help you out. So we hope that helped you out understand how to get sponsored and using love. This is part 1. We're about to do multiple series and touch on different things to help you get sponsored, and things that I see that you may be making mistakes. I don't want to pinpoint stuff to certain people, so this is my way to kind of help you without putting you on blast and stuff like that. So I definitely hope this helped you guys. Get to the point that you want to be. So another way that I like to give back, and the reason why I love BMX, I'm trying to give back to somebody. We are doing this YouTube giveaway. So at 2,500 subscribers, which we already hit, we're going to give away a free Stranger Parts package filled with 2 tires, a pair of grips, and a seat. All you got to do is subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like this video, turn on your notification bells, and make sure that you comment and tell us what you like about this video, what you don't like about this video, what things that could help. If I missed something or whatever, if you need help trying to be sponsored or something like that, and you think this is the way you should go, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to help you out and try to guide you into the right direction, and make good decisions. So just do that, and that'll enter you the contest, and enter you into any future contests. So at 5,000 subscribers, we want to help somebody get on a new bike. So same thing applies. Do that. And at 5,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away a free bicycle. So those are the rules. I don't know. I'm about to take off out of here, and if you enjoyed this video and you love it, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to check us out on social media, you could check it out at us on IG at Stacked BMX Shop. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/StackBMX. If you want to check out our website, it's stackbmx.com. Thank you very much for watching this video. We hope you had a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.